Hey y'all, it's Britt Lathrece and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here today. So today I'm sharing luxury items that I've sold or returned. Y'all, I enjoy watching these videos and it's always interesting to see why people ultimately part ways with things, especially things that may be popular or on a lot of people's wish lists. So I wanted to share my reasons and yeah, let's get started. So the first item is the Chanel boy bag. It was one of those bittersweet moments because this was a dream item of mine that had been on like my Tumblr boards, my Pinterest boards. I wanted it for definitely a good 10 years and I got the exact one that I wanted. Like it was that yummy caramel color. It had champagne gold hardware. It was the medium size, caviar leather, like check, 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 check. Like she was giving, but ultimately it just did not work out. I had it, I kept it for about a year. I definitely just did not enjoy wearing it. And yeah, I parted ways. I would say some of those big key factors that made me make that decision was that besides the crossbody way, that bag does not stay on your shoulder. There's a lot of variations and ways you can carry the boy bag, but it just didn't stay on my shoulder well. And if that bag were to ever slide off my shoulder and hit the ground, I knew y'all, I was gonna lose my marbles. And I'm not even that type of person. I really just got into like specifically handbags like that. So for me to like be so on edge about it just was like not cool. And some other things were that I felt like on my frame, it kind of overpowered it. It didn't look like complimentary. But the other key reasons were that it has these like two like little things that really catch your hair on it as a part of the bag's hardware and features, and that wasn't cool. And I just felt like because the corners were so sharp that the corner wear and just ultimately the wear and tear overall was just not going to be good for that item based on how it's structured and made. I was like, you know what? Let me sell this item. So let it go. And honestly, y'all, I could not be more happy. It was such a sigh of relief. It was like, whew, glad that's out of here. So it was just taking up space and boy, bye. All right, so the second item is the LV Old Nano Speedy. So y'all, I have a video about this as well, but I had at one point the old Nano Speedy and the new Nano Speedy. And I purchased them with the intention to decide which one that I would like better and want within the LV return policy, but it didn't quite work out like that, which was totally fine. I contemplated on keeping them both. I love them, like one as more of a novelty, another one as something you actually like use and wear. But ultimately, I decided that one Nano Speedy is enough for me. And like what I really liked about the new one as opposed to the old one was the removable and adjustable strap. I like how the new Nano Speedy just kind of like sat on my body versus the old one. And I kind of like that the new Nano Speedy embodies like an old school mini HL feeling and vibe. And for y'all who are like not new here, you know I love me a vintage moment and item. I like those re-editions and when something old comes back in like a new format if it's done, you know, really well. So I ultimately decided to keep that one. I have no regrets. I love the old one. The old one did carry a tad bit more, but for what I was looking for and my personal style, the new one was suitable for me and I really love it. So the third item, an item that I returned, was the Palm Springs party bracelet. I ordered that from LV. I thought that was going to just be like a really fun accessory because I love accessories. But the bracelet part was way too large for my wrist. I had it at like the shortest like loop or setting, and there was so much excess leather to the point it was like covering the like little Palm Springs mini part of the bracelet. And I was like, yeah, that's not what I was looking for. So I decided to return that within its return policy. Looking back, it couldn't even carry a credit card. So I just really wanted an LV novelty item because of my fandom, which is kind of funny because I'm like, you're not that person, but sometimes I can't be. So it was sent back within the return policy and I have no regrets about that. Another item that I purchased were these LV combat boots. Y'all, like, I don't even know the proper name of them, so I'll definitely pop a picture up. They were too small for my feet, and after that, I just wasn't really interested in reordering them and getting the right size. I kind of just was like, nothing wrong with them. I don't remember the comfort being off. I just remember it just being a little too small, and I just was like, I'm okay. Also, honestly, y'all, combat boots, as much as I love them on other people, they're not like a go-to for me. It was definitely me trying something new, but I was kind of breaking one of my like little rules that I like to keep for myself, which is like kind of like try it at like more of a lower investment level and then ultimately see if it worked for you, your lifestyle, if it complements you, and then you can decide if you want to splurge or not. So yeah, I just kind of wasn't too worried about it because specifically that size didn't really work out, and I was just having a really big Louis moment during that time too. So I'm glad I've kind of like come down a little bit off of the Louis train. I still love it, like, let's not get that twisted, but I've kind of like simmered down a little bit, which is nice. Didn't really need the combat boots, you know what I mean? Like like there were things higher on the wish list, if I'm gonna be quite honest with you. So yeah. The other item was the LV loop, the smaller one, not the like new big one that came out. Y'all, I really got caught in the hype with this item and caught in like the whirlwind of price increases coming. And I just really wasn't prepared for this item. I've tried that item on multiple times in store. I love it. It is so cute, but I just wasn't ready to commit. I was looking for more of an everyday bag, and in terms of its size, it's not really technically a mini bag in terms of its look and aesthetic. What it holds is kind of on par with a mini bag, if not actually a little bit less. And I'm a huge fan of mini bags and I have a lot of mini bags, so I just didn't necessarily feel like I needed to add an everyday bag that carries a little less than some of my favorite mini bags to my collection. Aesthetically, I think it's cool, but yeah, I just was like, you know what, I'm okay. Plus I had mixed feelings about the chain that goes over it. I like it as the carry-all, but sometimes when it's like kind of draping over the bag, it would often like pop to the other side, and I just didn't really want to be adjusting the chain that much like that. I was like, I've had my chain issues with the boy bag. I'll leave the chains alone for a while. So yeah, I think there is one more item that I almost forgot about, and that is my Alma BB and Damier Ebene. So okay, I ended up finding out that my item was indeed defective, and LV did offer to replace it, but I declined. Y'all, they really made me work so hard to prove that it was defective. Like, I remember I took it to my local store, to the SA I bought it from, and she's like, there's nothing we could do about this. I ended up booking an appointment with client services, and their appointments to book for repairs are like weeks in advance. So I booked one like a month in advance. I had somebody who helped me determine it was like defective, but then never followed up. So then I had to follow up with them and get like reassigned a repair specialist. It was just a mess. And honestly, I was like, if this happens again, I don't have the energy and wherewithal to kind of deal with another defective item. I wasn't sure that it wouldn't be, but y'all, I just didn't feel like being bothered. So I am not going to add that as a part of my collection for the foreseeable future. I'll just continue to admire that item on others. Not that there's no real cons about it, in my opinion. I think it is such a gorgeous and classic piece, but I also, not having it for so long, I don't specifically miss it. There was never a time that I was like, oh man, I wish I had my Alma BB. Like, I really didn't really think about it and really didn't notice it missing that much. I think I'm gonna just like go for something different, and I'll see what happens and keep you guys posted. So yeah. All right, that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications each time I upload. I'll talk to you later. Bye.